Welcome to Joe's Astrology. This is the birth chart for the weekend, and he is a Cancer rising, Moon in Scorpio, and Sun in Aquarius. And the ruler of the chart is that Moon in Scorpio conjunct Pluto in the fifth house of pleasure, romance, creativity. And this guy grew up, at least in his adolescent years, around music. Um, Playing music, writing music. So definitely into creation there with Pluto and the Moon in the fifth. He's got Jupiter in the 12th at 0 degrees Cancer. And with Jupiter in the 12th or any planets in the 12th, you could see addiction and drug use issues. And I read some of the things I'm going to mention, I just read on Wikipedia. And it said that he, while writing music early on, he would deal with issues of addiction and drug use of all kind, and we can see that there with the Jupiter in the 12th. His sun is conjunct that north node, Mercury conjunct that north node, and so we can see that he's living a life of fruition. And if you haven't seen my north node video, we're seeing this often with famous people. I'll link it down in the description, the North Node. And with him being a R&B singer, we see the sun there with the North Node, and we see Mercury there as well, being a songwriter. I also saw something about him being diagnosed with ADHD, and definitely with all that Aquarius, and especially Mercury in Aquarius, where it is exalted, that would be an indicator of some kind of mental health struggle for sure. This is a birth chart that is weighted here on the right side of the chart, making this a what's the word? Not a reaping life. So it seems to be more of a fated life where things happen that are owed to you for some reason. And we also see the South Node is in the second in Leo, ruled by that sun in the eighth. So more of this Leo fifth house energy where he's coming from. We could even say where he's coming from, this Pluto fifth house, or this Pluto in the fifth, and the South Node in Leo, very much coming from a place of creativity, being a musician, singer, songwriter. This Pluto moon is in the Pisces decan, which is ruled by Neptune, which also is associated with music and creativity. And we see here Neptune in the sixth house of work, conjunct Mars and Uranus and Saturn, all in the sixth house. So very much a guy who's working in the music business. What's interesting about this chart is I didn't see anything on Wikipedia, but I'm not sure that a lot of these guys are really trustworthy, and the people that they've met in their life to do what they do, and you see these indications of these hidden things in the life with this moon Pluto in Scorpio, Pluto being the planet that rules the underworld, and also with having that Jupiter in the 12th of hidden things, the unseen. We also see this sixth house I talked about as work with that Mars and Neptune, and it's in Capricorn where Mars is exalted. And if we come back to where he's known for his midheaven and his public image, it's ruled by Mars as well. And then of course this North Node that is in the eighth house. I know he's had some allegations against him, so we would see that there with that Scorpio and the eighth house. So it could be that. I read that he was shy when he first started. And we see that with all the Aquarius and the second house, kind of resembling the sign of Taurus. But certainly with some of these fifth house placements, and of course, I mean the Cancer rising too with being shy, but with this these fifth house placements and the Leo, you can see it kind of balances that out, and obviously is not so shy that he can't perform music on a stage. Now he does have Venus there in the seventh. Very good with all this seventh and eighth house placements. Very much would have luck with relationships with Venus there, and as a man, for sure, he has many women, Venus in the seventh, that he could easily find to be around at any time, even early in life before. And this would have occurred even before he became famous, for sure. And the sixth house with Mars in the sixth, I'm going to also link down in the description the video that shows the chart that I have called The Joys of the Planets. And it's either bad fortune or bad spirit. I think it's bad fortune with the Mars in the sixth. And Drake, I just did Drake's chart, and Drake actually has that Mars in the sixth, which I haven't seen too often lately. There could be some mediating factors here. However, I just want to point that out. Check out that video with the joys and the planets. It doesn't necessarily mean that something bad's going to happen in their life, but especially with Uranus there could be some health issues in the future, or there have been in the past that I'm not aware of. Quick story, when I had Mars in the sixth, Mars correlates with knives. One year I had Mars in the sixth in my solar return, and I was going through kind of a hard time. I was working at a restaurant, an Italian restaurant, and they used these large knives, and I dropped it on my finger and almost cut my finger off. And the transits and everything correlated with that Mars in the solar return in the sixth. So just a quick anecdote of what Mars in the sixth can be like. Let's take a look at the aspects. He's got a Sun-Jupiter trine in the 8th and the 12th. So maybe some good fortune when it comes to his music and money. 8th being other people's money. Definitely busy enough and has produced enough to leave a legacy with that emphasize 8th house. I think I'm going to leave it there. There's not really much else I'm seeing. If you have any comments, if you're seeing anything, and you know more about the weekend, feel free to leave a comment down below. Check out my other videos. I have hundreds of videos on other artists and famous people talking about their chart and giving my analysis. He does have Saturn here in Capricorn, where it likes to be, where it rules. And it's making a sextile to Pluto. So, and even with all that sixth house emphasis, definitely a guy who has ambition and can work hard. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there for now. Hope you enjoyed the weekend, and have a great day.